Welcome back, everybody. It's Wednesday night, back with the No Remorse, and we have none other than Don Dada, the Dizzler, Purple Rain. You already know one of the community standouts that's always in everything, shows up to the Whiz Tang clan, shows up to the Keys fam over there with the usual suspects. He's just everywhere. Don's a character, a lot of fun to just talk to. Great keeper. You can tell he really loves the animals and really loves the idea behind it and just having them and moving forward. So excited to get to talk to him, but we're going to go ahead and open episode 5 like we always do. We're going to rehash some of the stuff from last week. I'm going to pop up. Let's take a peek here. I think we've got our weekly coin holder. So I'm going to show this. K Diesel, I've talked to him between weeks and I've kind of gone over the idea that maybe he shouldn't win every week. It doesn't make it a lot of fun for everyone else. So he has computer problems tonight. He's probably tuning in off his phone. He said he's probably not going to have much of a shot at winning trivia tonight. So pay attention. Put some coin in your pocket. Put it toward a hat, a shirt, a snake. Save it up. Put it toward a snake we've got for sale. It's useful. So if you want to and you're interested, that's going to be up at the end of the show. Jamie always runs that. Just pulls a random fact out of the rest of the show and pops up a question. First one to get it just gets your $10. Put it in your pocket and hang on to it. Let's get some people in the chat. I know we got some faces out there we're probably getting used to seeing now. So who do we have, Jamie? Nice. Okay, we got Cody, Mr. Mitten Outdoors. I think he's got a trip up to the Upper Peninsula planned this weekend. That'll be fun.
He get his
James,
stickers
appreciate
yet?
you coming out. What's that?
He get his stickers?
No,
Looking for some
need his
stickers.
address. We're looking for an address out of him. Vance,
Yeah.
thank you for coming out. Mr. Blue Zombie himself, the dead man. Got Genomic. Thank you, sir, for coming out. Appreciate you being here. Roe. What's going on, Roe? Roe's in everything, too. Big part of the Wistang clan. That's our dad. Tim is always in here, checking us out, making sure we're behaving. Nikki, good to see you. Thanks for popping in here. They've got a great show Saturdays, too. If you haven't seen it, tune in. I believe it's 5:30 Central, Saturday afternoon. But that's our mom. It's the mom and dad both in here. Fantastic. People watching. Oh, there's our top coin holder, Mr. Trivia coin hoarder right there.
Coin hoarder.
Appreciate it, K Diesel. Sam DeHaven, personal friend, family friend, great musician, and an even better investment banker. You need stocks or bonds or some kind of a tip inside, that's the guy. Rock on, Rock. Good to see you out here. Appreciate you coming, man. Oh, M. That's the other half of that investment banker that sets up that offshore account for us. Opelt.
Jason.
Good to see you in here. Appreciate you tuning in, Jason. Vinny, good to see you. Not sure if we've had you in here before. You probably were, but good to see you out here. Appreciate it. No remorse from Monoxide. Monoxide's a good guy, too. One of my gaming buddies. Awesome dude. And there's the fourth J in the Jason, Joe, Jamie, John quadruple J show. That's one of our brothers there. Thanks for coming out, Joe. Wiz. Got to give him one of these. Can't let that slide by. I got to go with the Wiz thing. Appreciate you coming out, Wiz. Thanks for the support, man. 217 Will. Appreciate you coming out. It was good to see you the other night, too. All right, perfect. All caught up. Well, we can't keep a legend like this in the back for too long. Looks like he's all prepped to come out, too. He's got some razzle-dazzle going on, and I think we're just going to bring him out here. Don, you ready to come out and see the rest of the show?
Hey. Sir. Yes, sir.
Oh,
you had Ball Ross on last week, so I had to let my fro grow out and everything.
Nice.
Let him outdo me.
Awesome. Yeah, and I went with ball gloss, but man, I ain't got no gloss on that. Holy
slick.
Yeah, it was very nice. How you doing tonight, Dom?
I'm good. How are you? How's everybody doing?
Good. It's a little later for you. You're East time, right?
Yes, yes, it's almost my bedtime, but we'll push through. We'll push through.
Yeah, I kind of feel a little bad about that, but hitting
That's
those
all
show
right.
windows with people is tough. That's such a packed schedule of
Uh,
different shows you don't want to
Yeah.
overlap, and yeah. So I
Don,
appreciate you putting us out there on a weeknight.
That's all
I got the
good.
Oh,
purple glasses crew just for you.
Nice. We
the
love
the
it.
cat daddy over there. Nice.
We love
That's
it.
awesome. So Don, I know a bunch of the people we called out early that came in um, know you. They know you from chats. They know your YouTube
Yes.
channel, which, by the way,
Yes.
look down in the description and stuff below the video. Don's links and stuff are down there. If you're not
Thank
subscribed
you.
to his channel, head over there, hit the subscribe button, jump on his Instagram, catch all the stuff he's posting up. A lot of it's pretty unique. I mean, you've got a little different method about the way you go about things. You simply get on the camera and you talk to people like you're talking to a neighbor, which is awesome. I mean, it's super
I
comfortable,
love
right?
that. I love
Yeah.
that. It's fun.
Yeah, you do a
It's
good
fun.
job on them. Should be called
Thank
out for
you.
sure.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate that.
do that, people, if you don't know Don. But for those that don't know you, what's the background here? How did you get into this reptile world, and what was the draw for you?
Well, I've always had animals. Animals have been part of my life ever since I was little. I've worked in various pet stores. I've had every type of pet other than reptiles, and I'm pretty sure my parents wouldn't let me keep snakes. I remember when I worked in pet stores, I liked handling the snakes and everything, but I think they drew the line at the snakes. But I've had birds and hamsters and dogs and cats and all kinds of crazy stuff. Um,
So animals
but
across the board, just love animals, period.
yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. And then the reptiles came in when you got on your
Um,
own, or just
just
decided you're going to do it anyway?
literally 2 years ago, probably about 2 years ago this month. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
okay.
Oh wow.
And my best friends who are my enablers, they got into snakes a little bit prior, and I started seeing their snakes and hanging out and going to reptile shows, which I had never done before, and I thought, this is kind of interesting. So I and then I started seeing like the purplish snakes, the purple passions and the mystic potions. I started
Go
Mystic
seeing,
figure. Go
potions
figure.
and
Go
yeah,
figure.
yeah.
yeah. So I was
Would
like,
have
all right,
never guessed.
I want one of those. But because I hadn't really handled a snake or done much in several years, I told local breeder that I just wanted a normal. I didn't want to put out a whole lot of money and find out that it's not something that I want to get into. So
Sure.
Sure.
let's start out with a normal before I go off on something else. And they had one, gave them to me. Um, Long story short, with that one, he ended up being a lace and not normal.
Oh,
Um, Head
bonus.
clown. Yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
Nice.
that was a win. And then literally the day that I brought him home, I picked out my purplish snake. He's a Mojave. No, not Mojave. Mystic
oh.
Ghost. Blackhead Mystic Ghost. And when I picked him out, he was kind of purplish, but as I was making payments on him and he was shedding, he started getting darker, which made him even cooler looking, because he kind of reminded me of a Mojave GHI, which is another morph that I really want to
Sure.
add to the collection. But
Nice.
and the rest is history. I now have a room full of snakes that I never would have guessed would have
You
happened.
you might have to look us up on that Mojave GHI.
Right.
Uh huh.
We'll have some of that stuff for you.
We got some of those. So
Nice.
Yeah, putting the hypo and stuff in it too.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
you started on the ball python side. Have you ever thought of like maybe some of the amphibians, lizards, stuff on that side of it, or just snakes?
Right now, mostly snakes. If anything, I may end up getting a crested gecko. I really love their little eyelashes.
Yeah.
Um, but my best friends, my enablers, they also breed crested geckos. So if I get one, it has to come from them.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. You got somebody close like that, and I agree. Those things
Yeah,
are amazing. Um,
yeah,
and wish we had the unlimited room and space and resources to have several different species and things, but for us,
right.
it's not realistic. So I
Screaming
get it.
frogs.
Screaming
I
frogs. Are
do
you back on that?
Yeah.
I do have frogs. I have two red-eyed tree frogs.
Oh,
They're
nice.
fun. I mean, I they don't do anything. I'll lay in bed at night and I'll hear them making noise. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
still alive. Good.
Right? Yeah, but they're
But
pretty.
they are pretty. They are pretty. And
Yeah.
when I do by chance catch them out and about, it's pretty cool to see. I do want some dumpy frogs because they just crack me up. They
Dude,
They're
really
what
pretty
do.
is
cool.
that?
They're
Just a little
hilarious.
blob. Like,
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
what
so
is that
funny.
yeah.
thing? Yeah, I mean, the name's perfect. Like,
Yeah.
It
did it
sure
get
is.
it?
It sure is.
Yeah, I agree. Those
So
things are comical.
so
Go ahead, Jay.
back to your purchase, right? So you buy this
Yeah.
normal that ends up being a lace pet clown. Um,
hmm
was that the first snake you handled?
In a long time, I like I mentioned, I used to work at a pet store, and we had like baby boas that I would handle. We had a California king snake that I would handle when he wasn't being a jerk. Um, but it's probably been close to 30 years since I handled a snake.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know
So
what your experience was. Maybe I don't know if you want to talk about that a little bit. I know for me, so it's kind of the same story. I mean, we've talked about it in past episodes. We kind of grew up, our adolescent years were in Florida, and we did a lot of the catching rattlesnakes. I mean, poisonous snakes and things like that. So it's not like something you're really interacting with. It's more like you're
right,
controlling this thing and trying to stay away from it. Um,
right,
but for me, it was kind of unique. I was surprised when I handled ball pythons, the calming effect that it had.
yes.
I don't know if you experienced that, but we've talked to some people that kind of agree that it's something that's similar between experiences. So
I totally agree. If I'm even I work from home, so on my breaks, I'll come in here and I'll hold a snake for a few minutes just to calm me down a little
yeah,
bit.
yeah,
Just de-stress. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It instantly has that effect, and more so once obviously you're comfortable with them. Right in the beginning,
yeah,
it's a little nerve wracking, and you're like
yeah,
unsure of its behaviors, and familiarity is a big thing. But yeah, once you're in that zone and you're comfortable with them, it's a huge stress relief. Agree.
I
Yeah,
totally
good
agree.
point. Jay, you had some other stuff for Don too. I think we talked a little bit before the show about. I saw photos and things of your
yeah,
past with the other animals. And Jay, go ahead. I know you were curious on that side of it.
yeah. So I know we've got the Dumerils, and I know we've got some rainbows kind of in the background there. I don't know how many
Mhm.
of each. Maybe if you want to talk about that a little bit. My personal favorite is the rainbow, but maybe
Yeah,
not everybody's.
I have one of each, and they're both vying for my obsession. I got the rainbow first. I actually just got her a couple of months ago, in mid January. I was talking to my rat guy about wanting a rainbow, and a guy that he either works with or works for him in another job breeds rainbows. I'm like, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So he got me a rainbow boa, and I instantly fell in love. She's amazing. She's a sweet girl. She hasn't. nipped at me like rainbows have the reputation for doing.
Yeah.
Um, she scared me though. I have her in a vision enclosure, and it's kind of big for her because she's not quite a year old. Uh, but I when I first got her, she would hide in her hides, so I would know I could lift up a hide and find her. After about a week or so, I came in here on I guess a break at work and lifted up hide. She wasn't there.
Yeah.
Lifted up the other hide. She wasn't there.
Oh
Lifted up the
no!
third hide. She wasn't there. So I got real
Check the
nervous.
locks on it. Make sure the
Yeah.
cage is secure. Yeah, like where is this
Yeah.
thing at?
Well,
Yeah.
she's small, but she's not that small that she should have been able to get out of. And I have a hole for like the cables for the heat and temperature or humidity probe, and the doors slide. So there's a small space, and I know they can squeeze in the small spaces, but I didn't think she could squeeze that small. So I come in here on my lunch break. I spent my entire lunch break. I grabbed an empty tote and I just started scooping out substrate because I
The
couldn't
beach
find
shovel
her.
in there. Yeah.
No matter what I would move, I couldn't find her. So I pulled out all of the decorations, started pulling out substrate, and Paul, one of my enablers, I got the enclosure from him, and he did the walls for the enclosure. I forget what you use to make the walls, but it's
Probably
not
PVC
not.
panel or something.
I don't know what it is. It's not something I do. It looks like a rock wall. So whatever you would use to make a
Oh,
rock, and
gotcha.
he painted it purple. You have to go. There's videos of the enclosure. It's awesome. I love it.
Okay.
But there's a little ledge, and there's maybe about 2 inches from the bottom of the rock wall to the floor of the enclosure. And that's where she was, along the wall, under the ledge.
Yeah.
And that's where she always is now, so I know where to find her.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Just
Yep.
that one scary experience
So
you kind of know now. So that's the first
Yeah.
place you go.
Yeah.
so
Jeez.
two things. One, I have a really hard time believing you painted your rock wall purple, but we'll just move on from that one. So so the second thing is I had the exact same experience, but with ball pythons. And this was way
Nice.
back when I got the first two. My daughter and I were looking at them. John actually sent us a note saying, "Hey, these are a pretty good deal." So got the Mojave and the GHI, male and
Uh-huh.
female, and I set up the vivariums. So I had the whole substrate with the dairy cows in there, and had the plants in there, and all the whole deal. Right? Everybody's happy. We're going along for months. Snakes are growing. Got to about somewhere between the 300 and 700 gram range.
Uh-huh.
The Mojave male became an escape artist. So, and
Oh
of
wow.
course, it wasn't him. It was us not making sure that those front doors kind of closed like this, and then they had the little latches, and
Uh-huh.
the latch would not get completely latched. And I go in there and I look, and there's a door just an inch open. I'm like, oh man. So now I'm searching all around. I go over to the rack because I had a rack at the time, and that snake would find it's the places it would figure out how to go. I couldn't even figure out how it did it, because to get out of the tank, it had to go to the floor. There's no other way but to go to the floor. And then
Uh-huh.
from the floor, it must have gone like up the rack system, because I'd find it over on a windowsill, which is 4.5 feet off the floor or whatever. So that happened a
Wow.
couple times over time, and
That's
then
hot.
yeah,
I was gonna say.
yeah.
It's hot.
Then
That's
I went
okay.
in. I went in one day, and same exact deal. I walk in there, everything seems sound, and I walk up and I'm looking in the two tanks, and there's the GHI kind of in her hide, and I don't see the Mojave anywhere. I'm like, where is? I'm looking in the hide. So finally, I opened it up and I pull up the hide, and then I'm kind of in this panic. I'm looking around the room, like, okay, yeah, it opened the door and then it closed it and latched it, right? But I'm looking around, I'm like, where'd this thing go? And I start digging around, same deal. It started to burrow, and I still don't know why.
Oh wow.
The humidity was good in there, and he
Oh,
did this for
they
like
do
6
like to
months.
burrow, though. I mean,
Yeah,
certain ones. Yeah.
yeah, he did it for like 6 months until I moved him, and he actually quit eating for a while around that same time frame. So he wasn't
Uh,
happy about something, but was doing that burrowing, and it was the exact same deal. I started digging out the stuff. I literally moved it all to one side of the tank, and there he was,
uh,
and he was against that back wall and down low and happy as could be.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
got him out of there and got him into a tub. He actually started eating immediately, which was surprising and kind of sold me on that. But yeah,
nice.
same kind of scenario. It cracked me up to hear that. So
So I knew
Yeah.
that about ball pythons, but I did not about the boas, like
no,
the
yeah,
rainbow. I didn't think a rainbow would do that so
that's
much.
pretty
But
weird.
Yeah,
yeah,
well, they since they're ground dwelling, they like to hide. I just thought it would be a hide amongst the leaves, but no, she likes to get
just
up under there. My doom rolls, he's right in the leaves. He cracks me up with that. I love that. That's the whole hide and seek game because you can't see him. His colors are the same as the leaves, so I can never see
yeah,
him
yeah,
unless his
intentionally, right? I
head's
mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
unless his head is poked out, then I'll be able to see him.
yeah. We're
so
gonna try to get Don to maybe show one of those two or even both, but we'll kind of have to see. It sounded like they were maybe tucked away tonight, so we might not see them. But I'll tell you what, the
yeah.
rainbow to me is just a really cool
Oh,
looking
they
snake.
are
Yeah.
totally at his comfort level and their
Yeah.
comfort level. But
Yep.
you've had the Doomerals for a month, roughly, maybe 2 weeks.
2 weeks, yeah, about two
Okay.
weeks.
How's that experience been? Was it what you expected when you were looking into it, or what's your thoughts on the
I,
Doomerals?
they're awesome, and I'm ready for my second one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I got them from Lindworm Exotics, and they handle the whole litter like daily. So he's amazing. He's amazing. He's not shy. He's not head shy at all. Um, very inquisitive. Um, once 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 I get him out, when because I use the hook and everything to tap him and say, "Hey, you're coming out. This isn't feeding time." But
Uh,
and he
Yep.
usually tries to hide or run or whatever. But once I have him out, he's he's pretty cool.
how big
Yeah.
do they get?
Um, Males get about 4 to 5, maybe 6 feet. I believe Larry said that both of his parents are 6 feet long or around 6 feet. Females can get up to about 7 or 8 feet.
Okay. So
So
Okay.
similar to the ball python, maybe get a little bit
A
longer in
little
the end.
longer. Are they as heavy bodied as well?
heavier bodied.
Oh,
Oh,
no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought they might be a little more slender, but
No, they get thick. They get real
oh,
thick.
okay. Yeah, we're just not all that familiar with them. If we see them, we can spot them and tell what it is. But as far
Hmm.
as
well,
habits and the
you got to
husbandry
remember though,
requirements,
Don hasn't seen Nellie, so
right? That's one of our bigger girls. We joke about her all the time. She
uh,
has to be something different.
she's
Yeah.
Um,
so huge, man.
she's massive.
That
She
that
just
snake is
laid
literally like that big.
Wow.
she
Yeah, it's
laid
Wow.
10
crazy.
eggs, Don, and she is bigger than any other snake we still have. You couldn't tell she laid the eggs. I literally had to like
Seriously.
feel really hard to tell if she had, kept any back or had retained any.
Oh
Um,
wow.
she's just
That's amazing.
massive. It's the craziest ball python I've ever seen. And I
What's her
want to,
weight?
God, she's got to be close to 5 at her heavy points. She's in the upper fours
Wow.
anyway.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. And I have
yeah.
an idea. I held a snake that was a female that was about that big. Yeah, that's big.
I mean, she's
That's a
Yeah,
big.
big
Yeah.
that's a big girl.
yeah.
Aside from like a Volta or something odd, right? I mean, I don't think
uh,
she is, but you put her in
And
that 70-30 tub, and it's literally from the back of the tub all the way to the water bowl if she's just kind of relaxed in
yeah,
there, and there's not a lot of gap. Do you know what I mean? That's a
Wow.
big 70-30
yeah.
tub's a big,
And
you know.
and the bad part is, so the name Nellie comes from whoa Nelly,
Whoa,
because
Nelly.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a goer, man. So you get this giant snake that's just wanting to go like crazy. It's like, oh my
Nice.
god. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Nice.
doesn't sit still, but yeah, add that size and that energy, it's
Yeah.
interesting at times. But
That's
um,
awesome. That is awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
one
the
day,
Dumerals.
hopefully.
Yeah, well, and we kind of talked real briefly before you came in, but you do want to breed, right? I mean, you have some ball python stock and things coming together on that side that you actually have some intentful projects. Would you call them, or would you just say you want to put a couple together to see what you get, kind of a thing?
Well, I have some building blocks to get me to where I would like to be in a few years. I have started pairing. I picked up um, a proven breeder female back in October and started pairing her with my lace boy. Um, when did we start? Did I start doing them in December? Yeah, because I just paired them again this month, and they've paired 5 times. So, um,
Yep.
Okay, so you got quite a few locks in there. And how is
yes.
she doing building? Do you know where she's sitting at on her follicles and things? She in
We ultrasounded her a couple of weeks ago. She was at 16.7 millimeters.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay, so yeah,
So
that's growing then. You know, they're going to
yeah,
sit at that what 8 to 10 for quite a while. They can kind of hover in that range, but once they start getting into the teens, you're
Yep.
moving the right direction. That's good.
I hope so.
Yeah.
So we'll see where she is. I know some breeders have said that their females stop eating around 18 to like 22 millimeters. So she still at least this past Sunday she didn't go after it as quickly as she normally does. Usually I'll hold a rat in there and she'll snatch it right away. But
Sure.
for some reason she just like she looked at it, sniffed it, looked away. I laid it in
Yeah.
there and she just didn't bother with it. So I pulled it out, heated up again. She still didn't go after it, so I just laid it in there again, and then eventually she ate it. And then I had a smaller, I think I had like a weaned or a small rat that somebody didn't eat, and she usually has been taking leftovers, but she turned down the leftover. So
Okay. So
Yeah.
tapering
she's
down. She's
Yep.
she's planning maybe. Okay. Well, that's
yeah.
good news. That'd be exciting. It shouldn't be but a month or so off, and you should see an ovulation at that point. I mean, if she's
Fingers
actively
crossed.
building, right?
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
cool. That'd be good news.
Yeah.
Um,
It's
ball ball python numbers. How many do you have, male, female? Do you have a rough count on what your collection
um
looks like now?
I have 10, 15 girls and 5, 6, and 6 boys.
Okay.
Yeah. Don's
Yeah.
sneaking under the radar here is what he's doing.
Yeah,
We're gonna build them all
it's
up,
kind
then
of sounding
pair them.
that.
Just
He's like,
start pairing them.
he's like,
Yeah.
do I have males and females? I don't know if I. He's trying to be all coy about it, but he's stacking up over there. He's getting
Mm-hmm.
ready to roll. Oh, that's funny.
Yep.
Like I said, 2 years ago, I would never have thought that this is where I would be in
Right.
2024. But here we are.
Yeah,
First clutch is pretty exciting, man. We're gonna have to connect back up for that one.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm,
we'd,
I'm I'm
we'd like to.
excited. I'm excited about it. She's a blackhead Mojave. I love blackhead. I
Yeah.
actually got her to go with the other boy to make some super blackheads, but I was advised to go the lace route first. Um, he is het clown, so I'll
Yeah.
the
That's good
babies
advice, I think. Yeah.
have the babies tested to see if any of them are het clown and keep them. I'm hoping for a blackhead lace het clown.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, that would be
So,
ideal in that scenario. Yeah. And you can't hurt to put lace into as much as you can nice and early like that. That's really good advice.
yeah.
I don't know when we started that with the lace stuff. We bought our first couple. Well, God, I want to say it was 22. I think it was in 22. We got our
Yeah,
first
it was.
lace
Yep.
male and then added a bunch and put it to everything we could put it to just to get it through as much of the collection as possible, kind of a deal.
Okay.
It's one of those codons where it's like you can't go wrong if it's in there, kind of a
No.
deal. Like,
It's
Absolutely.
like the Desert Ghost was. I mean, same kind of deal.
Yeah.
yeah, but you don't have that
Without
recessive to fight with, right?
right,
With the
exactly.
getting
Yep.
back to
Right.
it again. And so for everything, regardless of where you're going with the project into multiple recessives, if you're starting with a lace stack and some other stuff, obviously, whatever your interest is, it's great. Yeah. Really
Yeah.
like the lace stuff.
Nice
Me
mission
too.
morphs. Blackhead is cool, man.
Yep.
Love Blackhead. I
Yep.
won a bunch of Blackheads. I also love Super Orange Dream. I want to have
Oh
an
yeah.
army of Super Orange Dreams, and I got real deep into clown. Most of my girls are het clown, so I have a
That's
lot of
good.
het clown floating around. And
Sure.
just got my first visual clown boy, so he'll be busy.
Yeah.
So
And that was from
so
KG, right?
Yes.
That bomb?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Nice. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. So you got a bunch of females that are lots of het clown. What are you gonna do? So you're starting to make some clowns, so you start to get some female clowns. And yeah, it takes a couple of years, right? But then
Yep.
you gotta start weighing some things. You got all these het clowns, you got all these visual clowns. Now it's time to probably get rid of those hets. How do you feel about
Yeah.
Well,
Well.
you get attached, right?
it? You do. You
Oh.
do.
Oh. Totally. Totally.
Yeah.
I'm very much attached to most all of them because
Yeah.
I've
Yeah.
had them since they were 4 or 5 months old. I've grown them up. I handle them multiple times a week. I know all of their personalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough.
That's going to be
Yes.
tough.
Yeah. Yeah. I watch, I watch a lot of the videos, some of the big breeders where they've got miles of tubs and
Uh-huh.
they're not attached, right? So it's not hard at that point, but we're still, I mean, we've got quite a few, but we're still kind of in that. We've had these girls for 3, 4, whatever years, and now
Uh-huh.
you're looking at there really is no point. We're just feeding them. We've got replacements that are going to give us better odds, and so it's
Right.
time to get rid of them. But
No, we
yeah,
still need those. We still need them.
yeah. But there's got to be
I
a
don't want to
reason.
let go of any of those.
Yeah, yeah.
Every time we're like, should we put that? Nope, we need that one. That
Mhm.
no plan for a pairing at all. We need
Yeah.
that one in that bottom left corner. Oh, we need that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Uh,
I mean, I do have a couple that maybe have just one or two genes, and like I have a fire het clown girl, and then a couple months after I got her, I got a fire orange dream het clown girl.
oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
And then a couple months after I got her, I picked up a black pastel fire Mojave yellow belly orange dream het clown girl.
Man, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Yeah.
He's just making excuses to get rid of that one. It's hard enough to make
Yeah.
it so bad that yeah. No, I know, but and there's some that we're probably just going to keep forever. That were just like the starting blocks of why you were interested to begin with,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
and literally no use for them, but we love them. We will keep them forever probably.
Yep.
Which is silly business or hobby wise, however you want to look at it, but
This isn't a business. This is just fun.
they're not going out the door. Those ones, no. So I get it.
Yeah.
It's
But
supposed to be a business? Oh.
Oh, we're failing.
Right,
Okay.
right.
Right. Along with
Okay.
90% of the rest of this this whole culture here.
Right.
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 Yeah.
One has to go.
One for
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
exactly. And that's the whole thing. Oh, yeah, we didn't say that. Jamie is still going to do her hot seat at some point with
Yeah.
Don, but Jamie had a tooth pulled. She's like, I'm not super comfortable. I don't want to sit on the camera. I'm going to do all the
It was
comments and I'm going to do all
it
that.
was right in the
Yeah,
front.
that's right.
It's just a
Right.
big, huge.
Oh.
No, it's not. No.
No.
She comes
You
on
didn't
and she just got the big hole.
We
You
can
get
see
her
her
a
back there.
chiclet to put in there.
Right.
Yeah,
No.
we can see her on backstage here. She's dying.
Yeah, she's laughing.
Yeah.
But she's like, nah, I'll just do the hot seat and then I'm out. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I'm surprised you want to at all. So
hmm
that's why she's hiding. Whoever asked that. Was that Mom? Somebody in there.
Yeah, that was Mom. Yeah.
Yeah. So she'll be on, Mom. She's coming. But
Just checking. Just checking.
yeah, she checks on Jamie pretty close. I saw some photos and I mistook this on your Instagram. I
It wasn't
believe your
me.
Instagram.
It
No,
wasn't me.
it was definitely you, but I still misconstrued it a little bit. You were at a dog show
Oh yeah.
and there was a beautiful dog on the table. You were close to it, but it almost looked like you were in a judging scenario rather than a showing scenario. But you corrected me quick. You showed dogs for a while, right?
I did show dogs for a while. That was in my past life several years ago. When I got into mastiffs.
Oh wow.
Well, even before that, I had a Rottweiler. I love big dogs. I've always had big dogs. I had a Rottweiler, and when she passed, I started looking for my next dog, and I was trying to narrow it down between a Great Dane and a Mastiff, and I knew plenty of people that had Great Danes. I didn't know anybody that had a Mastiff.
They both poop like this.
Pretty
If
much.
that helps.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
So I decided to go the Mastiff route, and I was searching on YouTube for Mastiffs, similar to what we do now for ball pythons, and I ended up finding videos of a breeder, and I'm, checking out the videos, and he's showing like dog shows that weren't too far from me. It turned out he was about an hour, a little more than an hour from me. Um,
So
so I
pretty
got
close, really.
yeah. So I got my first Mastiff from him, and looking at his website, he had pictures of dogs, his dogs that have been shown. So I decided when I got my first dog, that first Mastiff, that hey, why not do something different, rather than just having a dog sitting around the house and take him for a walk. Let's show. So that that started a long journey. My first two Mastiffs. So I got him, and literally the day that I brought him home, the breeder paired another pair of dogs. And I ended up getting a puppy from that litter. So I got.
I'm spotting a trend here.
Yeah. No doubt.
Like you
Wow, I didn't think about that way.
you don't get far from your first purchase before. So, are you interested in any more snakes? I mean, we have a few that. Because like once you buy something, you're right back for another. Yeah.
Well, it actually turned out the breeder that I got my Mastiff from had the litter, and he only got 3 girls out of the second litter, and he said to me, he's like, "Would you like a second dog?" I'm like, "I don't know. This is a lot of dog." He's like, "Well, once you have one, what's one more?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." So he gave her to me. We co-owned her, with the intentions of showing and breeding and all that good stuff. But having two mastiffs that are 6 months apart in age
Yeah.
is kind of wild. Is
I can't
very
even
They're
wild.
imagine.
I mean, I
Yeah.
wouldn't trade it for the world. I loved them to pieces. They were amazing dogs.
Big sweet
Um,
dogs, right?
yes,
Yeah.
yes, absolutely. But yeah, that was my intro into showing dogs, and those two didn't turn out how they needed to be. I don't know how much you all know about
sure.
dog
There's
shows
metrics
and
for size
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
position, and yeah,
Yeah.
there's
right.
tons of
So yeah,
metrics. Yeah.
yeah. Each breed has what's called a standard that describes what the dog should look like.
Hmm.
And neither of these dogs, and I didn't know this because I was just getting into.
Were you like, F you, dude? My dogs are awesome. I don't care what your standard is. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they didn't meet the standard, and it took me showing for a couple, maybe about a year and a half or so, maybe 2 years, and not really getting anything out of it. And a professional handler and another breeder pulled me aside at a show, and they said, "Look, we like you. We want to see you do well. Your dogs are not going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Um,
Gotcha.
so
Okay.
we don't want to see you continue to waste your time and money. So
Well,
I
and props to them for
Yeah.
stepping up and doing that, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
Exactly.
absolutely, and I appreciate them for doing that because so what's known in the dog breeder world is kennel blindness, and breeders will just they will see their dogs and see that
Yeah.
their dogs are the best dogs out there and should be winning every show, and that's what the
Yep.
breeder that I got my first dog from, he was dealing with, and I had to tell him finally. I said, "Look, I'm not spending any more money. We can't do this. We're not going anywhere. We're not winning anything. I'm not spending any more money showing dogs.
Yeah.
They're gonna stay home, and that's that."
And just be
Um,
loved and have a great house, and that's
yeah,
fine. Yeah.
yeah. Oh, it is. It's totally fine, and they had a great house, and I loved them to
Yeah.
pieces. And they've both since passed on, and I miss them terribly, but they
Oh.
were
Yeah.
they were great dogs. And so then I spent a couple of years looking for the right dog. I tried working with a couple of breeders. Most didn't work out, and they can be ugly just like any other
Yeah.
any other avenue or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've made friends with a breeder in Ohio, and along the way, while I was searching for the right dog and right breeder and everything, I would help friends out with showing their dogs. And I ended up handling a dog that she bred, and I didn't realize that she bred him at the time. And he was a beautiful dog, huge mastiff, head like like this.
Yeah.
He was amazing, and
So he's hitting all those metrics along the way
yeah,
that
oh
for
yes.
that breed. Okay.
Oh yes, and so I made friends with her name's Deanna, with her, and she had she came to a show. So where I'm in southeast Pennsylvania, and there's a dog show about an hour from me, that every May, it's actually coming up in a couple of weeks, that breeders from all over the country go to. It's back in the day you would see like
Hmm.
hundreds of mastiffs there. So I started going to this show. She came out and she brought one of her girls, and over the years I was learning what a mastiff should look like. And one of the problems with mastiffs that breeders are having trouble with is how the rear is built, and they're just built incorrectly. And
Yeah.
Deanna brought this girl to the show, and we were hanging out at the hotel, and the dog just laying on the floor. Didn't really get to see her up and moving or anything like that. She took her back to her room, and I got to see the dog walk away, and the rear was exactly how it should have been. It's exactly how it should have been built. The tail was set where it should have been. The legs were set the way they should have
Mm-hmm.
been. So I said to Deanna, "All right, Deanna, I need a puppy from her.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
no question about it. When you breed, I need a puppy from her." And a few months later, she ended up breeding, got my puppy. He's my only champion, and he got his championship. How old? He was like 16 months old when he won his championship, which was kind of young for a
Still,
dog.
that's so rewarding, right? You were
Yeah.
able to
Yeah,
Pretty
grow
awesome, man.
through that, have someone point out where you were not seeing things or were going in weird, but you grew through that and
yeah,
spotted something that produced a champion. So
yeah,
props for that. You didn't let that setback say, I'm just getting out of this. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
that's cool. That is a great
Yeah.
turnaround story. How rewarding
So
is that?
we've got a little bit of familiarization with that because Mom, Connie, and Dad, Tim, in the chat, both were also dog breeders and
Okay,
did show quality dogs. I mean, they had I think they're mainly into the bulldogs, and for
okay.
anybody who's into the bulldogs is watching, maybe nobody, but Carmel Coach was a champion line, and that's where they were at. So
Of
Nice.
the
have
English bulls, yeah.
have yeah, English bulldogs, yep.
Yeah.
So have some understanding what you're talking about, and yeah, it's pretty insane, really, how those standards are. I mean,
Yes.
how in depth they are, really.
Yes.
And then the other thing is you pick the heartbreaker breeds because the bigger the dog, the shorter the life. I mean, that's everybody knows that. You get you
Yeah.
get the little ankle biters. Things live to be 20 years old.
Yeah, they're like
They
20,
sure do.
no
Yeah,
teeth, crooked
yeah,
eyes. Yeah, they're still,
yeah.
yep,
Big
Yeah.
mastiffs,
the
man,
big
they don't
ones.
live that long. They don't.
They
They
don't.
don't. I lost my first when he was just a little over 5. Um, his sister, his half sister. They were my first two were half brother and sister. She made it just was it just before 10?
10's not bad.
Yeah.
The dog that
Yeah,
size, man.
Yeah,
just
that's getting
before
up there
10.
for a mastiff. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then the one that I have now, my champion boy Swagger, he'll be 8 in July.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Champion
yeah.
though. That's a
Yes,
huge success story. I love that
Hmm.
about that
it
story.
is. Yeah, and it was
Absolutely.
a fun journey. And now that I know that your parents bred show quality dogs,
Yeah.
he would earn best of breed above other champions, which isn't always easy to do.
No,
I
And he did that several times.
that's awesome.
Nice. And that's what people don't understand about dog shows. So they have
Yeah.
in the breed judging, and then they'll
Mhm.
take the breeds and put them against each other and say, well, as far as this breed's example, this one is at a different tier. Even though this one's the best we're seeing today, the
Yeah.
tier of this dog in its breed is superior to this in its breed.
Yeah,
They actually put the breeds against each other and go, they're on different levels here. Yours is far exceeding the norm or the expectation, where this one is just above. Granted,
right.
it's what's there at the show, right? But still, that's a big accomplishment to
It's
cross.
who's there at the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's another reason why I don't show
Yeah.
anymore.
True.
There's a lot of politics in the dog showing for sure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll act like it's not, but it's very
It
obvious.
definitely
It's
is.
so
Yeah.
obvious.
Yeah.
So, in a weird way, that does convert to the reptiles again, though. So, say you to look at 6 different black pastel examples. That's kind of trained your brain already in a sense that not all animals are going to be ideal.
Yeah.
And you
Right.
have that in your head now from being told at the dog show, hey, this is not a great example of this. That you
Right.
need to maybe question yourself a little bit when you're looking at things and picking out a snake. So you probably have a little advantage there over a lot of people that go, oh, it's black pastel, I'll take it. You know what I mean? Rather than weed out a really great example. So
Right.
Super
Well,
useful.
the two black pastels that I do have turned out to be Barnhart. So,
Yep.
Oh,
and I didn't realize that at first.
nice.
But
That's
your
good, man.
eyes said,
Yeah.
this looks way better to me for
Yeah.
whatever reason. Yeah. It's cool. I knew that would convert somehow. So nice to see that link in there.
Thank
Dude,
you.
what an awesome story, though. I had no idea you had a champion mastiff. That's
Oh,
awesome.
I didn't either.
Yes,
I'm
yes, I
hype about
do.
that now. I'm not going to let that. I'm going to bring that into every damn show now.
There
Right.
you
And
go.
did you know Don
We
had
had a champion breeder. Episode 4.
right. Just
Yeah.
go back and look. But
Yeah.
all right. Well, now we're gonna take you down a few pegs from being a damn champion.
Yeah.
Oh
We're gonna
no!
put you in
Knock
the
him
hot
down.
seat.
Knock
Oh
We're
him
gonna put you
down.
in the hot seat. Are you ready for this little section?
Oh, hold on, let me take a little more drink.
Yeah, like get some water in you. Hydrate.
Gotta hydrate. Yes.
Yep. So whenever you say okay, flip the switch, we're just gonna shift you over and get you
Got
going.
got me in this hot room in the hot seat.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's go. Come on,
All
Jamie.
right.
Bring it on, Jamie.
All right, here we go.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out. Are you ready to see if Don Dizzle is sizzling tonight?
The Dizzler Sizzler. Let's
Yep.
go.
Are you ready to go?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Night owl or early bird?
Early bird.
While sleeping, fan or no fan? Excuse
Fan.
me. Would you rather hang out with little kids or older folks?
Older folks. Kids. Yeah, older folks.
R- Reality shows or documentaries?
Reality.
Saturday Night Live or The Tonight Show?
Tonight.
High five or handshake?
Hug.
Oh, I like that. I love hugs. Skill or popularity?
Skill.
Intelligent or funny?
Intelligently funny.
Nice. Would you rather pause time or rewind time?
Pause. If it's happened, it's happened.
DIY or call an expert?
Call an expert.
Singing or dancing?
Both at the same time.
Diamonds and Pearls or the Black Album?
Wow! Wow! Don't do that to me! Oh my god!
You gotta pick
can't
one. You're on
can't
fire.
compare the two. All right, all right. I'll pick the Black Album. Wow!
Okay. Tattoos or piercings?
Oh, piercings because my one tattoo, I'll never get another one. It hurt too much.
Oh. He doesn't like needles, folks. He'd rather sit in
No.
fire. Okay, so, and my favorite question, if you could hang out with any cartoon character, who would you choose and why?
A cartoon character. You know what? That's one that I heard you ask that before, and I meant to think about that. You know what? I've always loved Tweety Bird.
Oh, yeah.
Tweety Bird's just fun. I I wanted to get a a tattoo of Tweety Bird on my butt. Given the finger, but
Was it Tweety that said, I taught a putty tat?
yeah.
Okay. I have a funny story about that backstage later. Um, okay, carry on. If you could ask Prince one question, what would you ask him?
How? How did you do? And actually, I kind of have the answer to that. Because he was a beast. He would record daily, like literally, he would record a complete song every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but yeah, how do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you do that? Yes,
Talent. The master
beyond.
of talent. Who do you look up to as a mentor in this business?
Um, Wiz, KG,
They're good.
T Keys, they're definitely up there.
If you could only wear one color for a whole year, what color would you pick?
Um,
It should be easy.
I
Don, you
mean,
already know.
you already know, because I pretty much do wear that color every day. It's somewhere on my body. If it's not on physical clothes, my earrings are purple.
Yes.
So
What is your go-to restaurant?
well, my new go-to restaurant. So there's a um, local hot chicken restaurant that just started opening up a few stores in Philly, and they opened up one up about 10 minutes from me. They're called Assad's Hot Chicken. That is my new go-to restaurant. They
Yeah,
have some good chicken.
spicy.
Yes. Yes.
If you could be granted three wishes, what would they be?
Um, to sit in on a Prince recording session. Um, to have dinner with Prince. They sure are. And to go on tour with him. Yeah, that would have been
Now, I'm
cool.
just going to throw in this one. Did you like when he called himself Prince, or did you like the sign name?
Um, well, do you know why he changed his name?
No, I don't.
So he was in contract disputes with Warner Brothers Records. Because Warner Brothers owned the rights to his masters. He didn't own the rights to his masters. So Warner
Okay.
Brothers could do whatever they wanted to do with his masters and make money off of his masters. He couldn't do
Yeah.
that.
Right.
So Warner Brothers had a contract with Prince. So he changed his name to get out of the contract.
I got you. Smart. Yeah. So we're going to go with the sign.
Yeah.
Whew, I'm sweating here. Okay.
So
Last,
who's in the hot seat?
I know. Well, and the last question, what would you like to be known for?
Well, I'm known for the color purple.
You are.
I'm known for the color purple.
Yes.
So much so I even smell purple. I wear lavender all the time.
I
So.
smell purple. Yes.
So,
That was awesome. That was fun, Don. Thank you.
that was fun. Absolutely. Wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Right? Are you sweating? Because I'm sweating.
Little bit. But
All
I
right.
am in this hot room.
Yeah. True that. I'm going to give you back to the boys.
All right, that was fun, Jamie.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
Oh,
What
man. So
what a
much to
beast.
unwrap from that little hot seat.
You guys
I'm going to
good?
leave most. Yeah, dude, I was dying laughing back.
Jay,
That
you
Yeah,
good?
that was good, man. That's our best hot seat so far. I'm gonna just throw that right out there.
by far, man. By far.
Well, thank you.
Are
That was
there
fun.
snake shows or merit scale they're graded on? There are snake shows, but they're not like competitive shows that I've ever heard of. I've never heard where somebody brings a particular gene or combination and they go head to head in a
Oh God!
No.
Please don't say what
regulated
that.
Sam,
environment.
Don't put that into the
Samuel.
universe.
Right. Yeah. It's a preference thing with a lot of people. But no, I have never seen that, Sam. Yes, he did
Reverse
pull the
Uno
reverse
card
Uno
on
card.
Jamie.
Wait,
Yeah.
what was
Yeah.
that?
Got her sweating. Yep.
He did.
Vance is saying you reverse seats there. You threw the flames over to
And
Jamie.
Jamie's
Yep.
just like, Jesus, a Tweety bird
Love
on
it.
its ass. Like, what?
Yeah.
She didn't even know what to say. She's like, okay, that's cool.
You know what? I was literally waiting for anything from Tom and Jerry because I've watched some of your videos and I saw Jerry
Yes.
and I was like, dude, Tom and Jerry was like one of my favorites. So I'm not going to go into your age, but I'm guessing we're pretty close because that is
I'm
definitely
50. Ain't no shame in my game. I
there
am
you go.
50.
Yeah.
Okay.
That gets us into the right genre for the old Tom and Jerry, man. That was the best cartoon
Yes.
ever.
It was good. It was
Yep.
fun. I like Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, same mission. I have never heard of that either. I don't think it's a
Okay.
great idea. I think there's the issue with snakes and the genes, or as far as I'm understanding it and the way I feel about it, is even in certain genes, everyone is looking for that gene to do something different.
Right.
Like some people love the high white calicos. Some people like the really low white calicos with more pixelation and stuff going on. Yeah, I don't know if that's a great idea for the snakes and the genes and the combinations. I think it would do more harm than good, to be honest.
Kaboka would win. So
Well, again, that's who's at the show. We're going back to that.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So.
That's.
Oh, Don, look out. My mom's commenting.
Yeah.
You look so young, Don. Wink,
Yep.
wink. There you go. Oh, man. But he does. He has a youthful appearance, for sure.
Oh yes. Yep.
Moisturize.
Yeah.
I think you. I'm not trying to say anything, but I think you might have looked younger with the fro, man.
I'm sure I did. But
Oh.
it was too hot.
Yeah. Can you imagine that hot seat with the fro
Oh,
on?
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness, no.
It might have lit right up.
Yeah,
It might have.
Like a Pepsi
sure.
commercial from Days
Oh
of
wow.
Yeah.
No, we're not going to do that for sure. We can't have that kind of scene. Not for episode 5. We're way too early into this to have a catastrophe like that.
No, wait till like 15. Episode 15.
Yeah. That's a good spot. We'll plan one for them.
So, I don't know, man. It's been awesome. You've been a lot of fun, and you've been super cooperative with everything.
Thank you. I've had fun.
Divulging some stuff we didn't ask for, and
Yeah.
we're still glad you did. That the Tweety bird was too much, man. I was in tears back there. I'm still wiping tears. But
So I do have a question because Vance has kind of chimed in here a couple times. So what's your thought on chickens?
On chickens?
Yeah. Yeah, Vance is a
Vance?
big chicken guy.
no, that was Brian. Brian's the
Was it?
chicken.
Oh,
man.
it was Brian. You're right. It was Brian.
Yes.
Ethan.
okay.
It was
You
Brian
can still
from
get his
Ethan.
thoughts on chicken.
There you go.
Okay. Chicken in regards to in what sense?
The
Just
pets
chickens in
getting the
general.
weird breeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're definitely interesting. And ironically that you bring this up, I live in a see, y'all wanted some stuff that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
So I got one for you. I live in a very Mexican neighborhood.
Okay.
And about 2 blocks, or not even 2 blocks, 1 block over is a house that has chickens. And a couple of months ago, I look out my front door, and right on the corner, there's like 4 or 5 chickens just grazing along the grass. And after a couple minutes, they walk back home. And the next, like a couple mornings later, I'm laying in bed and my dog is downstairs barking like crazy. I also have a Cane Corso, along with my Mastiff. And Cane Corso, she doesn't miss a thing.
That's the barker.
She's
Yep.
yes, she's barking like crazy. I'm like, what the hell is she barking at? And I started hearing a rooster, and I look outside, and there are like 3 or 4 chickens pecking around the tree in front of my house. Where the hell are these chickens coming from? So I think a couple of days after that, I hear one outside, and the one I heard, he's like real orange, real pretty orange too, and the feathers were just like real flowy, and he was a pretty chicken, pretty rooster. But I come in here to my.
If that sumbitch would have been purple, yeah,
right? They wouldn't have got him back. He wouldn't have gone back. But I come in here to my snake room. I'm looking at this, checking out the snakes. It's early in the morning. And I look out the window, and there's a rooster on my windowsill. I'm on the 2nd floor right now. Okay? So I'm trying to figure out what a rooster is doing on my windowsill.
Yeah.
So I come to find out, I'm talking to my neighbor, and he had gone out into his yard, and 3 of the chickens were in his yard. He chased them out. One of them came over into my yard and landed on the fence between me and my other neighbor, and for some reason decided to jump from the fence up to the windowsill. So, yeah, chickens.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, they're great. And Vance chimed in there. He likes them barbecued, so we'll take that into consideration.
Barbecued is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Come back to that. And this is the kind of stuff that gets me thrown off of shows, but it's how I'm built, and I'm gonna say it. You know what it amounts to, Don?
What's that?
If something is like that is happening to you on the 2nd floor, and you got all this purple on, you got this purple fro, you got the lavender flowing, you're just a goddamn cock magnet, dude. All there is to
it. Touche.
You're just that's the kind of stuff that gets me shot, thrown off the shows. I can't say stuff like that.
I think it's time to add myself to this team.
Oh, John, that was perfect.
It can't be any worse than some of the Celtic ball stuff I've seen. Right. You get Juicy G going. It can't be worse than that. I figured I had to throw it out there. Man. So anyway, Jamie, you jumped in for a reason. What do you got to say? Or is it just to boot me out?
It's time. I said I think it's time to add myself to this scene.
Perfect timing, Jamie.
Yeah.
Man.
Straighten us out, will you?
I only felt at liberty to say that because of the Celtic Balls shows. I've seen so many things, and Don takes it so well. It's
it was the perfect. That was perfect.
All right.
That was perfect.
God damn it. So anyway, that's the kind of sense of humor that Keys is like, yeah, I don't think you should do any more Hair Down Fridays, John. I think you should just stay in the background.
Look at Greg's comment.
Right. Shit. But anyway, so Don, you have to have some other stuff that you want to talk about. Maybe you've got a little platform. I know we're talking a lot too, but what do you got to tell everybody out there that isn't familiar with you, hasn't looked at your stuff? What's your goal? What's your outlook, and what's your plan for like having the Instagram, having your YouTube going? What's the audience you would like to reach? What's your message for them?
Well, I'd like to reach as many as I can. I was actually going to throw out a plug for my YouTube to get me to 300 subscribers. Because for the last week I was at 298, but as of today I'm at 302.
Oh, okay. So plug this.
Tulsa, get
Throw
on that.
throw the 400 plug out or the 500.
Yes.
That's fine. Yeah,
So now it's time to hit 400. So if you're not
yeah.
already following the YouTube, and YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok are all Uptown underscore Xotix. Xotix is spelled Xotix.
Yep.
Important.
Okay.
Yep.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So follow me there. I try to post um, different things on each platform, so to mix it up a little bit, to
Sure. Yeah.
give people a reason to go and subscribe to each.
To each one. Yeah. Make it a little
Yeah,
different, not just copy paste to each. And yeah, gotcha.
yeah,
That's smart for sure. And definitely, yeah, people, if you haven't been out there, and congrats on the 300. We haven't gotten that mark
thank you.
yet. We're pushing that way, and we'd like, of course, like to have everybody we could subscribe. But the more we're out here and the more we're pushing everybody that we truly enjoy and we think are good people in this community and environment, the better everyone's going to succeed from it.
Absolutely,
Positivity spawns positivity. So
it sure does. It sure
yeah,
does.
and I do enjoy most of the stuff we've watched from you. We don't get a chance. We get so sidetracked with everything to catch everything everyone does. But the videos Jamie and I have
Yes.
sat and watched, man, we're chuckling. We're like, dude, we got to have Don on. He's awesome. So appreciate the
I
stuff you
love it.
do create. Yeah,
Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you for having me on. This was great. Had a good time.
yeah, for sure. And we'll have you back again. We'll check on that rooster, see if he's back for more or what.
Yeah, it's been a little while. I hear him over there. He's there. Definitely. I hear him in the morning, but I haven't
He's still
seen him. I
kicking.
don't know if they put a lock on his gate or not.
No,
But
Right.
that's too funny. Jamie,
somebody's
Jason,
gonna somebody's gonna dye the rooster blue and start hollering, Prince, Prince.
Yep.
right.
Yep. Here comes the rooster.
Look, Alice in Chains.
Yeah. Little Alice in Chains for you there.
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
Yeah,
I
lock the doors, Dawn.
that.
Jeez. Somebody's looking to find Tweety Bird for sure.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to let you off the hook. I know it's getting late for you out there, and we've
I-
kind of talked about it too. Our shows have been running late, and
I have a trivia quick.
yeah, we're going to wrap
Oh yeah,
up
we
with
gotta
that.
do that. We gotta do
See
that.
if I know the answer.
Oh, man.
You will for sure. Okay, here we go. Don's first clutch. What jeans is he hoping for?
Oh, man.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
Wow.
Ooh, good
I do
one.
know this, but that is a tough one.
Jamie, man, we gotta throttle her back.
I do remember this because I was paying attention for that.
Yeah, I was too, but that's rough.
Yeah, watch Kate Easel come in on his damn phone somehow and win this. He doesn't even have a computer to watch the show
Well,
and type on anymore.
And Alyssa's not here tonight, so he doesn't have a whole lot of competition from what we've seen.
Okay. Well, and we should, we should break out. Nah, we want to do a timer for people. Somebody's going to know this. Somebody's going to check this out.
I don't know, man. That's rough. That's a tough one.
It is
That
a
was
hard
tough
one.
Yeah.
That's a good one though. I like that.
We've had a couple guesses here. Mastiff.
Massive blackhead Mojave Tweety bird. Dude, I think Sam might win this.
Ooh,
Super
that's close.
blackhead Mojave.
It's close.
Wow.
Close.
Wow, that's
That's
impressive. By a mom.
Lace, no, it's close too.
I like this one.
What jeans is he hoping for? Blue jeans.
Blue jeans.
Nice, Kike.
Nobody's got
Thanks for
the
playing,
answer
Kike.
yet.
No, it's a tough one, man. It's a really
Is
tough
it?
Yeah. I think so. I mean,
Do we give them a little longer? Or should I pop up the
Yeah.
answer?
We can wait 30 seconds.
we can give him a bit.
Maybe
Let Jay
15,
pour
maybe
another
5.
scotch.
Maybe a minute. Maybe 1 second.
No, it's all good. You know, it's funny. I shared with
Blackhead.
Ooh,
Ooh.
that's very close.
Yeah.
Very close.
Wow.
Emily, you're on fire.
Emily's like a savant.
That is not correct, right, Don?
Right.
What
No, I
was
know
it? I
it's
can't
not.
see
But
it.
Blackhead Mojave
Blackhead
Lace.
Mojave Lace. Yeah.
It's so close.
No. I mean, those are the three
There's
incomplete
something.
dominants in the
Yep.
pairing, but
Yeah.
that wasn't how I wanted them to come out. Close, yes.
Very close. It was a tough
Man.
question. It's a great
Yeah.
one.
It's Jamie. You got to loosen up. What the hell is with you?
I was prepared for K Dizzle.
Hey, let's take down, guys. Let's take down Jamie. Take down.
No.
I get
Nice.
voted right off. I get voted right off the show with that crap.
Yeah. Don't take Jamie down.
Don't take Jamie down.
See.
Super Blackhead.
Ooh.
Oh, we're getting
Het, no Het Mojave. Man, we got all kinds of.
Yeah, they're close, but
That's
not
the
good.
closest one right there.
Yeah.
That's right. It's the
Yep.
closest.
But
What is
yeah.
I can't see it. It's faded on my.
Super Blackhead Lace Clown.
Close. No super. And are we going to give the answer?
So you
Yes.
guys got to
I'm gonna
remember
pop
to get.
the answer out.
You guys got to remember to get Super Blackhead. You got to have Blackhead and Blackhead. So
Blackhead Lace Het Clown.
That's what he's after. Yeah. All right. So it's a default
winners
week, I
tonight?
guess. We got no
All right.
winner on the coin.
ah, KD.
Katie's over there. Man, I had that in my notes. And I'm not even kidding you. Between shows, I think it was between week 2 and 3, he messaged me. And all I got in the message was the notes from our broadcast.
Are you serious?
He literally was typing it out in a Word document.
Yeah.
And you could have asked him anything in the show.
And John's a bully. And now Katie didn't even try. Did he even have an answer this time?
No.
Because John bullied him out. He bullied him. Katie, I'm sorry, buddy.
He didn't have a computer to get on tonight. He had a phone only.
Okay.
Runner-up question. Favorite color? No.
Let's see. Is it pink? Is it pumice? That's not a color. That's not a color.
It's kind of like eggplant.
It's kind of like eggplant. What the hell are we even doing here?
All right.
Stop this crap.
Now we need to take Jamie out of the show. All right.
Jamie's gone. And like that disappeared. Oh, she's back. She's back.
I did have a second question in mind I could ask, but we'll have to remove Jason from the screen.
Oh my God. Go ahead.
John. Okay. Jason's background has how many sets of purple sunglasses? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You can get Forge Coin if you get the right number of purple sunglasses in Jason's background.
So, right?
Look. All of
them.
All of them.
Okay.
There you go.
We're just going to have to just cut it. We're going to have to cut it. Jamie switched back to the hot seat, or someone did.
Yeah, let's get out of there.
All right, we're out of there. So no Forge Coin winner. It's going to stay the same as it was last week. Don, amazing guest. We're definitely having you back. We want to hear if you hit the trivia question no one answered. We want to know if you hit that this year.
I'll be back to let you know.
yeah, when you start having eggs or a clutch and stuff, we want to touch
Yeah.
back in.
Yes.
If
Hell
that's
yeah.
cool with
Absolutely.
you. All right.
Absolutely.
Yep. And we've offered before, so people that haven't done any kind of video with the egg, and Don, you've done lots of videos, but if you haven't done any egg cutting videos or videos with the hatching, let us know. We'll do them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I've never done that. That's going to be that's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yep.
Yep.
Maybe you can train that rooster to hold the camera while you cut eggs.
Yep.
Well,
hold real still now, buddy. We're trying to shoot a video here. All right.
Stop with that head thing.
Yes. Okay. We're getting out of here, guys, before it gets worse. It's not getting better.
Oh.
All right. Thank you again, Don.
Thank
Really
you.
appreciate
thank
it. Can't say
you.
enough good
Bye,
about
Thank
guys.
you. Absolutely.
Peace out,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Oh, next week, I should say, Charlie, Gray Rider Reptiles.
All right. Very
Awesome
good.
dude. Have worked with him for a while. We sent in sheds way back when he first started and have continually sent him sheds for testing. So it's going to be an awesome talk with him just to go over what he's doing, some of his background too. So appreciate everybody coming out tonight. And if you can catch Charlie next week, tune in. Don, much love, buddy. Really appreciate you
Much
coming
love
out
back
on
at
short
you.
notice.
Thank you,
All right.
and thanks
Bye.
to everybody coming out.
Yeah. Have a fantastic night, guys. Peace.